Why are so many politicians so corrupt? According to analysts, corruption erodes confidence, undermines democracy, impedes economic progress, and exacerbates inequality, poverty, social division, and the environmental crisis. Across the globe, politicians misuse entrusted authority for personal gains by embezzling public funds or granting public jobs to their families, friends, and sponsors, subjecting the masses to untold hardship. The situation isn't surprising, since the political office is like a magnet that attracts power mongers and people who want to control other people's lives. In other words, the political office attracts terrible people. Today's video focuses on why we have so many corrupt politicians. Is it because the people don't care and keep voting them into power? Or is corruption rewarded, as some have claimed? As we answer this question, we urge you to stay tuned and watch until the end. Favorable conditions enable political corruption. Some people have argued that corruption is prevalent among politicians because citizens lack freedom of information legislation. The emergence of freedom of information legislation responded to increasing dissatisfaction with the secrecy surrounding government policy. Unfortunately, citizens barely have access to data held by national governments, and politicians take advantage of it to misappropriate public funds and abuse power. Due to the lack of investigative reporting in the local media, they are hardly exposed. Government licenses needed to conduct business encourage bribing and kickbacks among politicians. For illustration, a politician in charge of spending public funds can give a contract to a company that is not the best bidder, or he can allocate more than they deserve. In this case, the company benefits, and the official receives a kickback payment, a portion of the company's sum, in exchange for betraying the public. Many politicians have become rich through this process and are often left off the hook because the people don't make them accountable for their crimes. This fact brings us to our subsequent discussion. People keep electing corrupt politicians. Many voters worldwide tend to base their decisions on popularity, religion, region, ideology, caste, unemployment, or nationalism, rather than focusing on the integrity and competence of the candidate. Voters might try to justify their decisions by claiming to save democracy and seek progress and development. But ultimately, they will elect corrupt politicians with nothing to offer. Many people idolize politicians and accord them maximum respect even though they are undeserving. This hero worship has led many citizens to elect leaders based on their charm, charisma, and articulation, rather than on competence or honesty. Most voters are willing to overlook a candidate's shady past or questionable character, and integrity means little to them as long as politicians make bogus promises of jobs, a good welfare scheme, and other freebies. Political parties also aid and abet politicians in the corruption process, and our subsequent discussion will expound on that. Political parties control the political process. Many politicians are corrupt because political parties control the political process. A political party is needed to reach public office. The most corrupt politician needs his party's support to get elected and is often shielded because of his party affiliations. Where elections are held worldwide, the parties control the selection of candidates, who are not always chosen based on their integrity. They are selected based on godfatherism, popularity, connections, and ability to confuse and deceive the electorate. The result is a circular process that starts with a political candidate obtaining the party's sponsorship and agreeing to their terms. The party attracts donors for the politician. When the politician assumes leadership, he is pressured to recoup the funds spent during elections and reward or compensate some of the election financiers. What follows is the reward of bogus contracts to party financiers, nepotism in public offices, and massive embezzlement perpetrated by politicians across the globe. To politicians, it is the survival of the smartest, and only the strongest and most corrupt will thrive. In summary, many politicians are corrupt because the electorates vote for bad leaders and don't hold them accountable. Until the citizens learn that it is their right to have good leaders, corruption will continue to prevail. Why do you think there are so many corrupt politicians? You can share your insights by joining the conversation in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.